The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Senators are now setting up their legislative priorities as they return for a new session in Congress. That's before they grace President Bongbong Marcos' second State of the Nation address today. Here to give us the rest of the details, we have Mayan Los Baños reporting live from the Senate in Pasay City. Mayan, is there anything senators are expecting to hear from the President's address today?
Hi, Diego. Good morning. The Senate will resume at 10 this morning after an almost 2-month break. The senators and the lawmakers are expected to enumerate their priority agenda and priority bills for the second regular session of the 19th Congress. This as the senators also prepare to witness and listen to the President's second State of the Nation address. Senator Chis Escudero said that a good SONA should not just be a report, but should also be a message that persuades and surprises Filipinos. While there is nothing wrong in reporting the administration's success over the past year, Escudero said a reality check on what really is the state of the nation would be appreciated. Escudero added that the President's SONA should shock Filipinos with the senator calls bold solutions for the country's problems. And Marcos Jr. has nothing to worry about as the public can handle the truth. In a similar sentiment, Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel says he wants to hear unfiltered truth in the President's SONA. Pimentel is hopeful the President will focus on the lack of proper wage, problems in education, employment, and the country's crushing debt. While a numbers-based report is good, Pimentel said the SONA should also report microeconomic matters or issues that directly impact ordinary Filipinos. Senator Bongo, on the other hand, wants to hear Marcos Jr.'s other plans, especially his programs towards recovery from the pandemic. Go said that programs prioritizing improvements in the country's healthcare services will be a relief on his side. Diego, the Senate session is expected to last for at least an hour and a half. There is no expected change in leadership. After the session, the senators will gear up to go to Batasang Pambansa to hear and witness President Marcos' second State of the Nation address. Diego?
Thank you so much for those updates. That was Mayan Los Baños reporting live from Pasay City. Here's a few reminders for the public on the SONA Day. Classes and government work in Metro Manila are suspended today. Malacanang said this is to ensure safety against the possible onslaught of EGAY and to minimize the impact of the planned 3-day transport strike. The MMDA has suspended the expanded number coding scheme for today. The agency advised motorists to brace for heavy traffic due to several road closures and the staging of various protests. Transport Group MANIBELA pushes through with its scheduled 3-day transport strike. To give us more details on this, we have Gio Robles reporting live from UP Avenue in Quezon City. Gio, what's the latest?
Diego, MANIBELA has commenced its 3-day transport strike, which coincides with President Bongbong Marcos' second SONA. MANIBELA President Mar Balbuena reiterated that there's no turning back for them despite work and class suspension in Metro Manila today. The group previously explained that the transport strike was aimed to oppose the December 31 deadline to remove the iconic old jeepneys. MANIBELA hopes that Marcos Jr. will hit the brakes on the PUV modernization during his SONA speech later. There are more or less 45,000 jeepney drivers that will join the strike in the National Capital Region. Overall, that's more than 200,000 drivers nationwide, according to Balbuena. But for the DOTR, that's just about 5%. Transport officials are confident that MANIBELA's protests will not paralyze the operation of the PUVs in Metro Manila. MANIBELA, however, believes that the suspension of classes and work is an admission that they can paralyze the operation of PUVs in NCR. Diego, we spoke to some drivers who continue to operate despite the 3-day strike. Here's what they have to say.
Nasama rin kami, may pinababiyahe pa kami. Kailangan kong kumayod eh. Ang dami kong binubuhay, marami akong anak. Kaya hindi ako napasama doon. Pagkakalam ko po, sabi ng operator namin, bawal kami kasi co-op kami. Depende po, baka mamaya siguro, ihinto na kami, isang ikot na lang.
Diego, MANIBELA is set to hold a caravan starting off here along Commonwealth Avenue. But right now, what you can see behind me, let me just explain. This is an ongoing multi-sectoral protest participated by different militant groups excluding Manibela. We have yet to see Manibela along Commonwealth Avenue today, but with regards to the traffic situation here, both lanes, we're seeing good traffic conditions right now despite authorities implementing a counterflow scheme to make way for VIPs attending SONA this afternoon. Diego, back to you.
Thank you for that update, Gio Robles, reporting live from Quezon City. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Progressive groups are now gearing up to stage protests during President Bongbong Marcos's SONA later today. For the latest on the ground, let's bring in Mon Gualvez, reporting live from Quezon City. Mon, how's the situation there?
Diego, rallies have started flocking in some points of Commonwealth Avenue here in Quezon City for President Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s second SONA. Earlier, Bagong Alyansang Makabayan or Bayan set up a giant revolving coin near the Commission on Human Rights building. One side features Marcos Jr.'s face holding a windmill with his administration's tagline, Bagong Pilipinas. Another side, meanwhile, shows the president allegedly as a robber. The group said it's made of gold and they're about to burn this effigy in protest of measly salaries. Bayan believes that they will attract around 10,000 people to rallies because of the mounting discontent in the current administration. On the other hand, the Philippine National Police has installed CCTVs around the area. This is for the mobile monitoring center that they have set up to be able to easily monitor the movement of the rallyists. Police said they're also going to stage a harana or serenade as a grand gesture of the maximum tolerance that they will implement toward the rallyists. Diego, at the moment, the traffic is still green and go, which could be owed to the earlier suspension of classes due to the Typhoon Egay and transport strike. But we will see later on if there will be some changes, as around 11 o'clock this morning, the militant groups will converge here along the Tandangsora Avenue, because this is the last point wherein police will no longer allow them to go further beyond this area. Diego.
Thank you for that report. Mon Gualvez reporting live from Quezon City. Some sectoral groups have also weighed in on what they would like to hear at the SONA. Speaking to One Balita Weekend, the United Private Hospital Unions of the Philippines said they want the full implementation of universal healthcare law fast-tracked.
We are aiming for full implementation of universal healthcare law. Kaya nga po sana, pag-igihin po nila yung pagpapahalaga and pag-angat po ng benepisyo sa aming mga private hospital workers. Pinapanawagan po namin na ipasa yung gawing urgent po yung mga batas na kailangan para mapabuti at mapaangat yung kalidad ng pamumuhay naming mga healthcare workers.
Meanwhile, Agri-Group Sinag wants President Marcos to strengthen value chains in the sector. The group is also in favor of having the president remain as concurrent agriculture secretary in order to see improvements in the agency.
The other day, na ground break yung first border na matagal natin na hinihintay kasi yung batas na Food Safety Act 2013 pa napasa. Ang tinitingnan natin yung value chain na gagawin towards ang ating consumer para lumakas.
Here's what you can expect from One News as we cover the President's second SONA.
On July 24, President Bongbong Marcos will deliver his second State of the Nation address.
Tayo ay nahaharap sa mga problemang kagyat nating mararamdaman at mga hamong pangmatagalan.
How did the Marcos administration fare in its first year in office? What's the plan for the economy, education, health, and national security?
But we have and we will continue to find solutions.
Look back. Look forward. The men and women of One News and One PH in full force bring you a blow-by-blow account of this historic event. Seasoned journalists and experts on the economy and politics will help flesh out the President's report. This is the SONA 2023 special coverage. Monday, July 24 at 2 p.m. Catch it only here on One News. All sides, all the time.
And those are the top headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.